My friends, you will love hearing the top 7 crypto mistakes that investors consistently make. I hope this saves you thousands of dollars for every minute you spend watching here. I've been in crypto since 2014. I've made a bunch of these mistakes, and I want to help you have a better experience. I look at it that one of the worst things I've done in crypto in the past is I've spent a bunch of time and energy researching crypto and buying and selling only to actually lose money. So I want you to be able to truly build wealth with your time in crypto, which is why you'll love hearing about all these mistakes, and I'll tell you what I think is the best way to do this. So I appreciate each of you here. As soon as I went live, Lisa, Kevin, Andy, Evan, and Dominic, I do live streams with crypto education every day that I hope will make a positive difference in your life. The easiest way to let me know it was helpful is to crush that like button. So let's look at mistake number 1. This is something, as a person who's had a history of gambling addiction, I have not done this one myself, but I see a lot of others doing it. And this is leverage or futures trading. Leverage or futures trading means you don't actually have the asset, but you're trading based on the price of the asset. For example, I'll give you a really simple understanding of how this works if you haven't done it. You have a whale, let's say, with 10 Bitcoin, and then you have a little dolphin that's got 1 Bitcoin. The dolphin goes to the whale and says, hey, can I trade? I'll put this 1 Bitcoin in. I want to trade against the value of your 10 Bitcoin. The whale says, sure. If the price of Bitcoin then goes down 10%, the little dolphin loses the entire Bitcoin and gives the Bitcoin to the whale. If the price goes up 10%, then the whale gives the dolphin a whole nother Bitcoin on the earnings. Now, that can be very tempting if you look at it that, hey, I could make some huge money leverage trading. But you more than likely will get wiped out doing leverage trading and lose everything. My uncle lost $500,000 or more leverage trading in the stock market. You never want to leverage trade, especially in crypto, because if the prices go up and down, and unless you have inside information, you are just straight up gambling. That's why I don't ever do anything in crypto except buy the entire asset and then hold it. So I hope anytime you see someone talking about leverage trading, stay away from that unless you're okay losing your money. Next one, direct message scams. Hello, Samir, M, Sue, Dominic, Martian, Buck, Nasty. Good to see you again. FOMO. What's up? Appreciate you being here live, and I will answer any questions after I go through this initial presentation. Any questions you ask, I will answer those after this. So the second big thing you do not want to get suckered into are direct message scams. This is another one. In 9 years in crypto, I've never once fallen for a direct message scam. And I intend to help you never fall for one either. Crypto is a very lucrative field if you're a scammer, because it allows you to easily have people send you money. YouTube is full of these bots of people that will pose as the YouTube creator. On my channel, I've tried banning them and blocking them. They practically have infinite accounts. They'll use a profile picture of me, and then they'll have a WhatsApp phone number, and they'll try and get you to contact them. I will never try and message you and ask for crypto. I have a Telegram channel, and you can go on my website and schedule a call. Those are the only 2 ways to get a hold of me. Both of those links are in the description. I will never try and get a hold of you any other way. Anything that looks like that by me or anyone who does what I do is a scam. And not only that, but if you hang out in Telegram channels, Discord servers, on Facebook, you will constantly, if you're active, have people trying to send you messages and get scammed. And you wouldn't believe how many of you I've come across that this has happened to and that have complained. I have people come to me and say, Jerry, why are you asking me for Bitcoin? And I'm not asking you for Bitcoin because I've got better things to do than to try and suck you into Bitcoin. So never reach out and message someone on WhatsApp or follow any of these comments that tell you this certain person knows how to trade. Don't mess with that. Stick with educational material only and do your own research. Don't get suckered into somebody's inbox. Next one. Now, this is a mistake I first made. And let's talk about how much is enough to invest versus how much is too much. Samir says, how much Moonbeam to buy? Well, this is where we go into it. When I first started buying Bitcoin, the price was $600 for a Bitcoin. And I had a good feeling about Bitcoin. I thought the price will definitely go up. So I ended up putting in thousands of dollars. But at the time, I was not making thousands of dollars. My finances were crap. I was starting to run up balances on credit cards. And I was hoping that I could use Bitcoin to get out of my other financial problems. So what did I do? I started buying Bitcoin at 600 and bought all the way down to $170. At which point I had accumulated hundreds of Bitcoin, but I had now put in way more money than I could afford to lose. I was very scared of losing it, and I sold hundreds of Bitcoin for 200 and something dollars. And I got like $8,000 at that point out of it. And I learned a valuable lesson. Now, maybe it wasn't 100. Maybe it was like 80 Bitcoin I sold into one transaction. I transacted hundreds of Bitcoin from $600 to $200. And I lost maybe $5,000. Now, you look at that now and you think, oh, what an idiot. Like, literally, all you would have needed to do is buy a few thousand, maybe 2,000, and hold on to it. And you'd have a lot more money today. If you're investing more than you can afford to lose, then you're looking at paying fees and taxes. For example, even if what you buy goes up, if you put in too much, you'll have to sell it when anything comes up. Then you'll get hit with taxes and selling fees, and all that time and energy you spent will not have been worth the relatively small amount of money you pay after you've paid all the taxes and fees on it. This is why when I'm investing in crypto, I put $50 a day in now, which I'm expecting to make over 100,000 this year. That's just 15% of my income. I can afford to put that and leave it in there indefinitely. Where you make the real money is holding for the long term. For example, imagine if you'd bought some of these stocks 10, 20 years ago when they were tiny. Crypto's just like that. So you want to hold on for the long term, and you don't want to put in any money that you are looking at you will ever need to take out. I mean, the money I'm putting in crypto today, I agree to hold it a minimum of a year, and I'm aiming to hold lots of it for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And that way, it's out of my pockets. It's like I don't even have it at all. It's not an emergency fund. It's not a retirement fund. It's my millionaire fund. And if I want more money, I need to go work for it or earn it. So if you invest just an amount you can afford not to touch, you'll make better decisions and you will be able to hit those huge multipliers. Next one, holding on exchanges. If you want to have crypto, but if you want to get all the benefits of crypto, you need to have your money in ideally a hardware wallet and or in browser wallets like MetaMask or something, whatever the other wallets are for other apps. You do Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet. You do not want to have your crypto sitting on exchanges because if anything happens to that exchange, you may lose everything. If you're taking all the risks of crypto holding on an exchange, but you're getting almost none of the benefits. If the government comes along and wants to seize your assets, they can certainly take your crypto off an exchange. If you have anybody that gets into your account, they can take your money off an exchange as well. And I've got some heartbreaking messages from some of you that you've had, tens of thousands of dollars sitting on exchanges and then only to realize the whole thing was a scam. And I say to you, you should never have had that much money on any exchange to start with. Even if it was Binance or Coinbase, you should never have 10 grand sitting on an exchange. Whenever I get more than $1,000 on an exchange, I immediately take as much as I can of it off. I generally, if I have assets like that have low transaction fees that I can easily send basically anything besides Bitcoin, Ethereum, and ERC20s, I send those off as soon as I buy them or as soon as I can with the withdrawal period. If I have things like BTC and Ethereum I'm buying, and I'll show you at the end of this what I actually bought today, and I'll explain where I'm holding it. I have most of my holdings in a hardware wallet, and then I have most of the rest in DeFi wallets like MetaMask, Coinbase, Trust, etc. I have very little on exchanges, and I basically only use exchanges to buy. The one exception is if I buy $50 of an ERC20 token, I will generally leave that on the exchange as long as my entire exchange account hasn't got too big. Like I bought some Brave, I bought some Gala, and I bought some Shiba Inu on Coinbase, and I just let those sit on Coinbase. I take everything else off. It's not worth the fees I have to pay right now to take $50 of Shiba Inu off of Coinbase. However, I can afford to have those tiny balances sit on an exchange instead of paying the fees. However, if that Shiba Inu turned into 500 and pumped 10x, I would then take it off. What's up, Sab? Nice to see you. Dominic, do you have a definite ladder for taking profits? Yes, I will talk to you more about that after we cover the rest of these mistakes. Thank you for hitting all those likes. Nice to see 50 of you on the live stream within the first 10 minutes. Let's take a look at the next mistake. Going all in. This is a mistake I've repeatedly made in the past. Going all in is where you take all of your money and drop it into one single thing. And whether it's being a Bitcoin maxi, an ETH maxi, or some altcoin maxi, or having it all on one exchange, you should never be all in crypto because of the uncertainty of it and because there's lots of opportunities to earn. Being all in on something, you might make a lot less returns than if you had diversified. With diversification, you can have huge potential upside and you can almost eliminate your downside. I'll show you my exact portfolio after this. I am not holding more than 20% of any single crypto right now because as strong as Bitcoin is, I don't know if Bitcoin is going to survive against things like Ethereum and all these competitors over the next 10 or 20 years. It's my top position right now, but I don't want to have any part of one crypto be a big part of my portfolio. In the past, what I've done is I've went all in on things, and going all in is where your emotions really start to get out of hand. When you've put everything into one crypto, you're very vulnerable to losing all of it, and you might not even make as big a profits as having it in other ones. If you go all in, it also encourages putting on blinders so that you can't see what's going on in the rest of the market. And if you're a crypto YouTuber, going all in is a really bad idea. You just shill the same crap over and over again like I did. And that's why I quit my previous crypto videos, is because people got sick of me constantly pitching the same crypto, and a lot of people left and got tired of my videos. So don't go all in, stay diversified. I don't care how much you like a project, there's other projects you might like, and there's other cryptos to hold on to as kind of I was going to say security, but we don't want to use the dirty security word today. Let's say there's some altcoin like Cardano you love. I don't think you should be all in on Cardano. You should definitely have some Bitcoin and Ethereum and some others just in case Cardano doesn't work out. Now, last two mistakes here, and I'll answer any other questions you've got. What's up, Tim? Nice to see you today. If you're trying and this is something I tried to do in the past as well, timing the market. The big reason I say timing the market is a mistake is because this is often a short-term way of approaching investing in crypto. Short-term meaning you're looking to make quick money, which we're going to tie that in the last mistake. The fact is you have no idea, and nobody else has any idea, the long-term exact picture of the market, or even the short or the medium term. Even the people who have huge amounts of money and power, who are collaborating to pump and dump things, even they don't have the exact certainty of knowing what everybody else is going to do. Even if they dump the market, they don't know if some other player won't pump it right back up. The fact is, you don't know whether this is the bottom or whether this is the top. You can guess, but you don't know. And that's why I spend no effort trying to time the market. What I do instead is I make the best single small decision I can make every day, and I don't concern myself with the relative short-term position of the market. I learned this with Bitcoin before, because when the price was 600 and then 300 and 200 and 400, I put all this effort into trying to time the market. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Is this the bottom? Is that the bottom? It's all not even worth talking about. If you are putting energy into timing the market, you're not putting energy into researching the best crypto projects to invest. And you're not putting time and energy into work you could be doing to actually make more money to invest in. All my time and energy with crypto goes to researching which projects today look like a good buy. And once I'm ready to sell, looking at which projects am I overcommitted to, do I want to sell to balance my portfolio out. So don't bother timing the market. Instead, and this will wrap into the last one, instead, you want to make a long-term wealth building strategy. The number one mistake I will identify here that I've made and most people have made in crypto is going for quick money. And this is tied very strongly with timing the market. You're only interested in timing the market if you're concerned with making quick money. And you are welcome to make all these mistakes if you haven't made them yet. You're welcome to do them again if you've already done them before. Me, I've noticed going for quick money has been the number one mistake I've made in crypto because I missed out on millions of dollars in long-term earnings by going for quick money. And I've made quick money in crypto. I've made $77,000 by buying Dash in December 2016 and selling it in April 2017. I made hundreds of thousands in the next year after that with Steam. And I missed out on millions of dollars that I could have made almost effortlessly if I had just instead made a long-term wealth building plan. If you, even further in this, if you're going for quick money, because of how the universe works, the law of attraction, you will end up getting suckered much more often because the crypto founders who are also thinking quick money and rug pull, pump and dump projects, you will be on their wavelength. And because I was thinking quick money, I got attracted to quick money projects. Now, these can certainly be fun if you look at it like a ride. You hop on when it's down here, sell when it's up here, and everybody else takes a big dip down there and gets buried. There's a lot of that in crypto, and I'm staying out of that. Because in the long term, you'd have been better off. Like for me, if I had simply built a long-term wealth building plan in 2014, I'd easily be a crypto millionaire by now. And all I would have had to do is literally set up a Bitcoin buy automatically every day on Coinbase. I wouldn't have needed to research any other cryptos. I wouldn't have needed to spend the thousands of hours I put in creating crypto videos. I literally could have just put a repeating Bitcoin buy on Coinbase and been a millionaire. That's the difference between quick money and making a long-term wealth building plan. Quick money requires tons of research and anxiety and stress. Long-term wealth building, literally a couple of clicks and you're a millionaire in a few years. And that's what I'm going to show you and explain to you right here. What we don't want to, I'm going to show you now basically the system I'm using to not make any of these mistakes today. Lisa's got some dance money coming in. Thank you for the $5, Lisa. Somebody said, Jerry, stop doing the super chats. I don't like your dancing. I'm like, sorry. You can watch somewhere else where they don't dance. If you would like, there's Lisa's $5. Woo! Shake it, baby. Thank you very much, Lisa, for the $5. Lisa, the most frequent super chatter and moderator. Huge help on the channel. Thank you, Lisa, for the first super chat, the most important super chat of the day. If you want to make your crypto journey easier, I've got the ability now where you can schedule a call on my website. I'm grateful you all are scheduling these like crazy. I've got one tonight. I've got one Monday morning. y'all are dropping these calls. You can hop on a call with me on Zoom and I will talk to you in private about whatever your situation is. And if you want things to be easier in life, you get a mentor with somebody who already is where you want to go. So let me show you exactly my system I'm using today. So what I'm doing today, here's the actual crypto buys. These are the actual transactions I'm making. And if any of you that have questions, I'll answer your questions and I'll hang around as long as you're asking questions and we're having conversation. I'll hang around a little longer than 30 minutes today, if you would like. What's up, Martian? Sab, Wandering Pickle, I'm glad you like to dance. Thanks a lot. So this is what I'm doing today. I buy $50 a day in crypto. I hold it for at least a year. And the question was asked previously, when do you sell? I don't sell unless I can sell one $50 buy for at least $1,000. Bill, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the family. The only time I sell today is, let's say in a year from now, XRP, Ripple has won the court case and XRP has pumped 30x since then. Now, since I bought XRP on 3 different days, let's say a year from now, this one $50 buy turns into $1,500 and is the single largest holding in my portfolio. At that point, one day instead of buying something, I might decide, let me sell this $1,500 I have worth of XRP, this amount, I'll take $1,500, and then that will allow me to buy 30 more days and diversify my portfolio better. Then if I've lost in other areas, that one single sell will cover 30 other losses and get me back on the up. So what happens when you go for quick money and you're trying to time the market is you spend too much time like looking at prices and just trying to, being anxious and stressed out. What I do is every day I just buy whatever project I'm excited about that day. So the last 3 days, I've been most excited about Ethereum. I've bought Ethereum 3 days in a row now, and this is my current portfolio. So you'll notice I've put in 3,300. I have 4,100 directly on here, and I have a couple hundred more because DTube's not counted on here, and DTube pumped a little bit. So I'm up right now on this. I'm up around $1,000, even though the market's taken a little bit of a dip. So you can see with this new strategy, putting in $50 a day, I'm not going for quick money. I'm not trying to time the market. I'm not going all in on one crypto. I'm not putting any money into leverage trading. We'll see if I remember the other 3 here. Don't worry about those other 3. These are my current positions. I've got Bitcoin in the top spot. I would like to get Ethereum up into the top spot. I think Ethereum may outperform Bitcoin in the future. But here's the thing. I don't know. And right now, I don't have more than 20% in any single crypto. I do have about 1,300 in Bitcoin plus Ethereum, but I've got a lot of these altcoins, and these altcoins, some of them, like Impulse X, pumped up quite a bit after I bought it. You can see on $50, I have now $128, so that's like a 2.5x or something, 155% up. Aptos is pumped, Immutable X is pumped since I bought it, Solana. So some of these altcoins have pumped quite a bit since I bought them. And it's funny, I made several videos saying not to buy Gala Games, and Gala Games is my biggest loser right now after I did buy it one day. I've got a system set up here where I can afford, where I'm diversified, where I can afford to be excited about a project one day. I can just grab whatever's trending that day. And then on any individual day, I'm not going to make that big of a mistake. This disciplined system is about long-term wealth building. I intend to be a millionaire, and I imagine this exact system when crypto takes off and gets mass adoption, as I outlined in my video. This exact system is going to put me in a great position to be a millionaire. And at no time will I be stressed out, will I be anxious, what's really cool about this system is when I get profits, I don't have to pay any tax until I sell. And in the future, What if I move somewhere in 10 years where there's no crypto taxes and I've got millions of dollars in crypto, and then I'm able to sell all that crypto, or, you know, some of it a little bit at a time, without ever paying taxes? What you don't want to do in crypto is pay taxes, because I've made several $100,000 in crypto and the IRS scraped me for at least $80,000 of what I made. Now that's stupid. That's real stupid. If I had just held that crypto without selling it, I would have $500,000 at least, depending on which exactly I bought and held at the same time, and I wouldn't have paid the IRS anything. So for long-term wealth building, you see the importance of not paying taxes, because one of the main ways you lose money is paying taxes. We don't want to pay taxes. So I'll answer any questions you've got now. Wandering Pickle says, do you think a 30x on every coin is a bit achievable? Some of these are absolutely not going to. So my minimum sell, Lisa's in for another 5. Lisa's in for another 5. You started a 50 a day portfolio and added that as an additional strategy. I think that's a great way to go about it. If you can afford to put in 50 a day and then try and make some specific buys, that's great. For me, as a person who's had a history with gambling addiction, I need a very structured system. And most millionaires become millionaires with a very structured system by just consistently investing into a retirement portfolio over a long period of time. It's not sexy and fun or quick money, but it is effective. And on this portfolio, I've set the minimum of a 20x to sell. So I will not sell any of these unless I can get $1,000 out. And I hold for more than a year because that allows me to pay the least amount of tax. So let's say in a year, $1,000 would be really helpful. I set up the rest of my life so that I don't need $1,000. Like, that's the idea, is to build wealth and then just leave this. But let's say in a year, I really needed $1,000 and one of these cryptos had 20x'd. Then I would have the chance to unload it. If it hasn't 20x'd, I figure there's no point in selling it because it hasn't reached its full potential. And if it never 20x's, I might as well hold on to it and see if it'll 20x. I bought all these with the intention that either they're going to 20x or I'm going to basically just never get that $50 back. What happens is, if you put in 50 or you put in a certain amount of money and you accept smaller gains, then you keep killing your own return potential. And I'll show you how I did that on Bitcoin. So let me show you what I did on Bitcoin. I kept accepting all these smaller gains. Like when I bought a bunch of Bitcoin, I was dollar cost averaging, doing the exact strategy I'm talking about. Then I got up to like 10 grand and I sold it for Dash, and then I pumped up and got like 80 grand. And then I was too quick to accept small gains. I was holding 60 Bitcoin right around here. Now, when you consider I started buying Bitcoin at 600 and 1600, I tried to time the market right here. And I sold all 60 of my Bitcoin. Now, you see the problem? It literally did a 10x within a few months. And this is why you want to hold on for big gains. What too many crypto investors do is go for the quick money as soon as you've got a 2x, a 3x sell. And this is why you also don't want to go for quick money. If you're investing in projects that as soon as they 2x or 3x, you feel like you need to get out, you shouldn't have bought that in the first place. And that's why every project I buy today, and this is why lots of days I don't have some altcoin gem to shill, because some days I looked at several altcoins on my radar and nothing struck me today. I'm like, most of these are not going to beat Bitcoin or Ethereum in the long term, at least my current calculation today. Most of the things, you know, I like the look of Hello, but I've already got $237 or 200, that's profit. I already have $291 in Hello. This is the third biggest thing in my portfolio. I don't need any more of that. I mean, I've got more Hello than I have Cardano, XRP, and these are much more proven assets. So I want to hold on for bigger gains. It's kind of like dating. One of the reasons I've got one of the best wives out of any of my friends that I know or I grew up with is I held out until I could get a wife that absolutely blew me away. A wife that I was really excited and proud to be with. A woman that, you know, had everything I wanted and was everything I wanted. Whereas a lot of my friends and family were too quick to settle. They had someone come along, they didn't even like them that much, but it was better than being single, and the long term of that tends to work out poorly. Divorce, unhappiness, addiction, but in the short term, it seemed like a good idea. This person's better than being alone, so I'll just stay with them. I went out on more dates than with more women than almost all the rest of my friends combined. I said no, and they said no to me a whole lot, and it was painful. But I held out to get a fantastic woman. And what I've learned in crypto is you want to do the same thing. Hold out until you get huge gains. We don't, if you look at the price, you know, a lot of you are, and I've been in the past, way too excited up and down about short-term small gains. Ooh, this pumped 20% here. This dumped 20% there. I don't care about any of that. If I can't make 20x on my money, I don't even want to touch it. And if I buy something that I don't even want to buy something unless it has 20x potential. If I don't think it can 20x at a minimum, I don't want to buy it. And that's why I look at a lot of altcoins and I'm like, this might 20x, but Ethereum to me has a better shot of 20xing than most altcoins. Most altcoins to me are not going to outperform Ethereum over the next 10 years. Sam Axe says, that's wonderful. Congratulations. Thank you. I appreciate each of you sharing projects for me to look at. You'd be amazed how many altcoins I look at and I go, no, this is not a good project. And there's a temptation as a crypto YouTuber for me to just hop on and shill an altcoin every day. Shill means to buy it and then sell it. Because some of the altcoin communities are really passionate. I can blow my Twitter account up and get a bunch of followers and retweets if I put their altcoin out there. But I've made this crypto channel to address these mistakes I've made in the past. And often I see that a lot of the money in crypto flows into the top. And a lot of the most new crypto investors are going to start with Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's the first crypto one of those two is the first crypto most buy. And after that, BNB, XRP, Cardano, those are the first cryptos most people buy. So I'm looking, if I can't sell something for way more than its all-time high, I don't even care to buy it. I would love to know any, in my Telegram channel, you can share any projects you think have potential. I'm only going to actually buy stuff, though, that I think has better 20x potential than Ethereum or Bitcoin. And most days, I can't find anything that, to me, look, Ethereum and Bitcoin look like a sure thing in terms of a 20x. Bitcoin looks like it absolutely easily will hit 400,000 in the next 5 or 10 years. Ethereum absolutely easily will hit 30,000 in the next 10 or 20 years. 3 to 5, 10 years. Investors, well, it's very profitable on crypto YouTube to shill in altcoins. So if I show you on my crypto channel and you look at my most popular videos, you're going to see a common theme here. Cardano, Stellar, Hedera, Gala, Algorand, Kronos. The top 6 videos I've done on my new channel are all altcoins. Then this Bitcoin video actually did better than, to me, Bitcoin is, it can be tougher to get people to watch a Bitcoin video because there's so many of them. But if you look over here, HBAR, Cardano, Shiba Inu, Tron, Aptos, XRP, Cypherium, Gala, Shiba Inu, Gala. I mean, a lot of the videos you see that people are putting up are in crypto YouTube. As a crypto YouTuber, I did a video about this. So if you look down here, I have a video called What Crypto YouTubers Don't Want to Tell You. I thought for this video today, if I just go buy some altcoin and I just tell you about how great some altcoin is, I've got a great shot at hitting a video that's up here that gets, 5, 10, 20,000 views. If I tell you about the top mistakes crypto people make, then that's definitely has more mass market appeal, but it doesn't have that kind of instant traction that shilling an altcoin does. So this is why you need a system and you need to understand these principles, because you'll notice that there's a lot of motivation as someone in my position that is out here sharing about what I'm doing in crypto. There's a lot of motivation. If I want to maximize my views in the short term and maximize my earnings in the short term, I just shill an altcoin every day. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong or that you shouldn't do it. I'm saying this is why I don't do it, because of these mistakes I've made in the past. I don't want to go for quick money or quick views for my YouTube channel. Why? Because I used to do that. And, well, it did not work out so well in the long term. I'm committed to giving you the best crypto education I can every day and showing you exactly what I'm doing with my own money. And when prices go down, if you look at my current portfolio, and this is a better website, Blockchain Center. So if you look in the last few days, Bitcoin's down 6%, Ethereum's down 6%, BNB's only down 4%, XRP's only down 4%, Cardano's down 10%, Polygon's down almost 20%. Lots of these altcoins, when prices go down, will go down much harder than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, sometimes if you would have bought STX, if you'd have bought that 7 days ago, you'd be up quite a bit. But you'll notice honestly, how good are you at picking out which one of these is going to outperform Bitcoin? There's another infographic on here that's even more helpful. I'll show you. So if you go Tools and Charts, Altcoin Season Index on here. This is the chart I needed before I did all that research on that video. So if you'll look, this is on blockchaincenter.net. Right now, in the last month, 55 of the top 100 altcoins actually outperform Bitcoin. So that's better. So you can look at the performance. Wait. Yeah, isn't that what this says? Out of the top. Yeah, if 75% of the... Oh, so this is 55%. So 55% of the top 50 altcoins performed better than Bitcoin. And that's including Ethereum. So if you look at the top performers, you got STX, RPL, Aptos, Lido. But you'll notice Bitcoin over the last month did go up 36%. But Ethereum did not beat Bitcoin over the last month. Shiba Inu did not beat Bitcoin. AVAX, Near. I've bought some of the winners on here, but I also bought some of the losers on here. Like I bought Matic. I didn't buy VeChain yet. But if you picked any top 50 altcoin, you basically had a 55% chance of outperforming Bitcoin over the last month. However, some of the ones that don't perform as good as Bitcoin also tank really hard. So like Polygon just tanked 18%. Now over the last 30 days, it's up 30%. But this is why you don't want to get stuck in all these short-term numbers. You want to be thinking years in the future and not just what's it done lately. Blockchain Bull, nice to see you. I'm full of energy today. How are you doing? You want achievable goals. And, all right, so there's two aspects to this. So first, you definitely want achievable goals. But what I've noticed in my life that I've consistently felt short on is I haven't set high enough goals. The areas where I've set high goals, I've done really well. Like I set a set of goals for a wife that when I started out, you would have thought those looks pretty unachievable. I want a wife that's gorgeous, that's very intelligent, that can make money, that wants to have sex all the time, that wants to have kids, that loves me, and that has a great personality and a nice family. Now, some of you would have thought that's a ridiculous goal to have for a wife. Like, you're never going to find a woman like that. And I kept trying, And if a woman didn't have those things, I said no. Don't want to have sex all the time? Nope. Not going to even go out with you again. Ooh, you got a family full of drama and you're all nasty to each other? No, I'm good. You are ugly? Nope, sorry. I'm not interested in that. You know, maybe somebody else will find you beautiful, but I don't. And, oh, you just want to, like, stay at home and be a trophy woman? Nah, I can't be dependent as the only income provider in this relationship. And with your money, I did not set high enough goals with my money in the past. I just went out on these crypto charts like, hey, let's see if I can make some money. What I've done this year is I've set a new clear goal. I've set a goal that I intend on becoming a millionaire. Now, at currently a negative 36,000 net worth, you would think that looks like a goal that's not achievable. And certainly in the next day or two, I don't think I'm going to become a millionaire. It's possible. I mean, one of y'all could be following me and send me $1 million. That's possible. I've got this millionaire mastermind now, and I'm about to start requiring an interview on a call prior to letting people in, but I haven't changed that yet. Oh, I've set a clear goal for myself. I want to be a millionaire. That's where I want to go. And there's certain steps I need to take in order to become a millionaire. One, increase my income. And that means focusing my time and energy on things that you want me to create and that you will reward me with financially. However, in the long term of becoming a millionaire, I need to have long-term income. So it doesn't matter if I can make an extra 100 or a couple hundred today. I need to set up systems that will consistently bring in money for the long term. So if I consistently shill you an altcoin every day and try and maximize my views on my YouTube channel, that could work in the short term, but in the long term, that's not going to work. Because every time I get you to buy something that tanks, you get pissed off. And if I'm buying it too, and I'm taking the same journey with you, that's one thing. But if I'm not buying it, I'm just telling you about it, and you get wrecked, and I didn't even buy it, that won't work in the long term. And if I'm authentic and we make a real connection, then in the long term, that will consistently produce a lot of income. Two, I need to invest in a way that builds wealth. The main way people get wealthy is by investing, not by actually earning money. I can build millions of dollars in crypto by just investing a little bit of what I make and leaving it and not touching it indefinitely. One day, this will have more than $1 million in it. And then the third thing, spend as little as possible. And this is where I went wrong the most. And that's in terms of being a millionaire. And I didn't set clear goals. I didn't say, you know what? I want to be a millionaire. Instead, I just said, I want to make lots of money. So I encourage you, aim high in your life. Aim for exactly what you want. Because the work to get exactly what you want is often much different than the work to get lower goals. For example, if I just set a goal to be debt-free, then that's much different than being a millionaire. I could try and make quick money to be debt-free, and that's exactly what I tried to do before, and I got more debt from doing that. I've seen lots of friends and family that just set really low goals for a spouse. Like, I just want a woman that'll have kids with me. Or I just want a woman that's attractive, and they don't specify anything else. So I set exact goals for exactly what I want. The work to become a millionaire is that I need to set up long-term goals. I need a mastermind. I need a group of people who are on the same journey. And I need to stay disciplined and remember my goal every day. Michael, oh, it's nice to see you. Long clothing. Long clothing? Yeah, that's right. Appreciate you hanging out. Fast Money Tech says you don't get rich slowly. Dollar cost averaging is for poor people. See, these are misconceptions that a lot of us have in our head. And if you read the book, Everyday Millionaires, this will address that clearly. So our culture has put a lot of these toxic ideas in our head exactly like that you don't get rich slowly. Wrong. That's completely wrong for most people. Most people get rich slowly. Now, our culture encourages you to try to get rich quick because unless you are an insider who has information that's not available to most people, you will get wrecked trying to get rich quickly. And even if you do get rich quickly, you will usually blow all of your wealth and go back to being poor soon enough. Most millionaires most people get to be a millionaire at an average age of 49 years old. And most millionaires took 20 to 30 years to position themselves to be a millionaire. Now, certainly some got rich faster and a few got rich quick, but most millionaires slowly and patiently work towards being a millionaire. At this rate, I will be a millionaire by 49, which will be 10 years from now. Most millionaires, most people who are wealthy, do it slowly and steadily over time. Now, our culture tries to make it look like overnight success. But what looks like overnight success in the news often was 20 years of hard work and preparation that then gets recognized by somebody else and looks like it's overnight success. My crypto channel has grown very quickly here. I just made this channel 2 months ago. And as this continues to grow, some people might look at it, wow, he just started this new YouTube channel and just blew up. No, I've been on YouTube for 11, almost 12 years now. Look at my first YouTube channel. I've been on YouTube for a long time. I used 11 years of knowledge about YouTube and Joe Paris and Superman Crypto as crypto YouTube mentors. And that's how that's how this new crypto channel has been able to grow quickly, because I've put a lot of time of experience into starting this new channel. Now, if you just came across this new channel and you didn't know about my other channels, it might look like it's just grown quickly and it happened overnight, but it's not. I've prepared and I've done a lot of work to start this new channel off well. Our culture wants you to go for quick money. And in the book, Everyday Millionaires, you'll see that how many things you think about rich people versus the actual truth for the majority of rich people or millionaires is blatantly wrong. You think that you need to take big risks if you want to get rich. That's not true. Millionaires take calculated risks and try and minimize risk. This is why with my portfolio, the number one things I've bought are Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm not in the crypto space, there's the thought that you need to risk big to gain big. Not true. All I needed to do was just buy Bitcoin, dollar cost average in 2014. Instead of trying to get rich quick, just set up in Coinbase and let it buy every day. I'd have had $1 million in crypto. The get rich mindset will leave you 9 years in crypto starting a new DCA portfolio from scratch after the IRS took almost 100 grand of your previous crypto earnings and taxes, and you blew the rest of your earnings on things like massages, travel, eating at fancy restaurants, buying, a whole bunch of advertising to promote yourself. That's what trying to get rich quick. Now, yes, there are outliers. There are people who don't follow the normal standard, but most people become rich slowly through discipline and through service to others, through loving what they do, and through living on less. Those are the facts the majority of the time. There are outliers, there are exceptions. Most of you are not outliers and exceptions, though. And this is why I have this channel, so we can get on the same page. If you want to be a millionaire, read this book. It shows you the ordinary millionaire, someone who lives next door to you, who drives the same kind of car as you, and who you'd never suspect that they have a net worth of more than $1 million because they don't eat out that often, they don't have anything flashy, and they don't look like they have money. But while you're living paycheck to paycheck, the dude next door to you is holding $1 million down and you have no idea. That's a normal millionaire. Super chats? Yeah, I dance. Thank you for hitting up to 40 likes. Anything else you want to cover? Michael, you made your first few millions last year and you went into real estate. Now, that seems like a very smart way to do it. And yes, you absolutely can make money quickly. I made $250,000 profit in 2016 teaching online classes. And it only took me about 2 years to set that up. However, I did not successfully invest that. Like, Michael just shared, into real estate and roll it into something that will provide enduring wealth. Most millionaires, if one part of the portfolio spikes, will then cash out some of that and roll it in to something else. If I would have known then what I do now, that's what I would have done. I would have invested a lot more and diversified. So while I'm putting 50 a day into this crypto portfolio, my wife is putting money into a regular 401k retirement portfolio, which includes stocks, bonds, etc. So my family is diversified. She's putting about the same, maybe 10 plus her employer match, about 15% of her income into a regular retirement portfolio, and then I'm doing crypto. If my whole crypto portfolio gets wiped out, we'll still have hers. And if hers is boring and doesn't hardly go anywhere and crypto pumps, we'll have mine. So we also have our house on a 14 years remaining on our mortgage. So we're diversified. I'm not just all in on crypto either. You definitely want to be diversified. When you make enough money in crypto to take it out to live for 4 or 5 years. So yes, if let's say in the next year, crypto mass adoption blows up, and let's say my entire portfolio 100x's, I would absolutely, instead of just buying 50 a day, let's say everything, in the most strong bull case in the next year or two, every day, every one of these 100x's. And instead of having 3,000, I've got 300,000. And let's say before 100x's I bought in, maybe I've gotten 500,000 or $1 million. If my crypto portfolio suddenly went that high, instead of dollar cost averaging in, I would start selling almost every day. If I'm sitting on 100x's, I will start selling one of these at a time. As long as it's been at least a year. Because if it hasn't been at least a year, I'll get killed on income taxes. And just because these 100x doesn't mean they won't 1000x. But yes, you definitely do need to take profits off the table. But wait to take profits off the table as long as possible. Delay gratification. I have debt. My wife and I have about $500,000 in debt, which the majority of that is home loans, student loans, and business loans. And that's actually all of it. Home loans, student loans, and business loans. And yes, when I get 100x on something in here, I will sell it and use that to pay off debt, because that's a guaranteed return. Paying off debt, you can't lose money paying off debt. And if I'm sitting, let's say, I don't know, Zen. A year from now, Zen is up 100x, and I can sell this amount of Zen, which I bought for 50. I can sell it for 5,000. Yeah, you better believe I'm going to take that 5,000 out, pay down some debt, and I'm going to lock in that increase in my net worth. Because yes, crypto does go up and down drastically. Bitcoin could go up to 200,000 this year. Then it could go back down to 50,000. The markets are intentionally manipulated. All of them, stocks, everything. All the markets are manipulated to go up and down so that insiders can buy low and sell high. That's why dollar cost averaging is one of the only ways to win. You buy through entire market cycles. Then, yes, when you've locked in huge profits, you do want to take some off the table. Absolutely. Yes, you definitely want to take some profits, but don't take small profits. And that's why I diversify and I buy small amounts. If I've got a 10x on something, I can leave that. I don't want to take profits unless I've got at least a 20x. Because if I can turn 50 into 1,000, that's worth selling. But if I turn 50 into 500, that's not worth taking off the table, because I might still get another 10x on that 500. Is 1 million your exit strategy into cash? No. This to me is lifetime net worth building. And the only compelling reason I have to take money out of crypto is if I can pay a relatively small amount of tax and knock out debt with the crypto I pull out. So if I can make 100x on something on here, like I bought this Hello, I bought Impulse X. Let's say a year from now, this thing is 100x and I'm now sitting on $1,029, $1,200 of IPX. If I can sell that and take that and knock out part of my mortgage with that, then I'll absolutely do that, because then I've locked in the increase to my wealth. I've cut off all the interest I'm ever going to pay on that $1,000 again. And in that case, that's a really, I've cemented those gains. I want to, anytime, the only time I'm taking profits is to knock out my house payment and to knock out any of my debt so I can get debt free. Once I'm debt free, there's not much motivation to even take out of this. Or let's say in a bull market, when I've got all my debt paid off, I do want to sell if my portfolio is imbalanced. So let's say, again, the Impulse X, let's say this thing is pumped so much that I'm sitting on more Impulse X than I'm sitting on Bitcoin or Ethereum. Well, the logical thing to do would be to unload my whatever 1 day worth of Impulse X I bought. If that's sitting there at 1,200 and I can unload all of that, and then I can buy almost a month, I can dollar cost average back into other things for almost a month. The logical thing to do is, if something gets to be too big of a part of my portfolio, unload, take the profits, and then put it back into other things. If you're debt-free, being debt-free is such a blessing. I am very grateful that I'm on the way to being debt-free. And the first step, if you're in debt, is don't borrow any more money. Like, set up your life so that you don't need to borrow more money. Now, I want to hold my crypto portfolio forever if I can, or forever until I don't have to pay any tax when I sell it. It's possible in the future I could live somewhere where I don't have to pay any tax. And in that case, I might go on a selling spree so I could... But even then, it's like, why, I just might sell parts of my portfolio to pay for everyday expenses. But to me, this is about long-term wealth building. I want to just use the money I make and that I pay tax on to pay my daily expenses and to pay down my debt. This to me is my, my life of freedom. I'm looking at crypto. I build this into $1 million. I can go live anywhere I want to in the world. I then have FU money. FU money where I don't need to work, where I don't depend on anybody or anything else. Right now, I'm very dependent. If my wife loses her job, this crypto channel craps out, I'm screwed. Like, that's it. There's no more money coming in. And to me, having $1 million in crypto is financial freedom. And it's the ability to choose what work you want to do, where you don't have to go to work. And I want to help all of us collectively get into that space. Most coins will not pass their all-time high. Well, we don't know that. The fact is, all of these coins might pass their all-time high. Now, according to the stats, Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to beat most altcoins if the past repeats itself. But every single one of these altcoins, it's possible they all could beat their all-time high. What I've noticed is you got to have a long-term mindset. When I was in Bitcoin back here, and I saw Bitcoin up at like $1,700, $1,800, this was the all-time high. And then when it pumped way up here, and then went all the way back down over here, I actually bought some Bitcoin. I was out of crypto, but I bought 2 Bitcoin at 3,600. And I had paper hands. I sold it immediately. I was scared. And then it went back up there. And then look how high it went. Basically, if you bought Bitcoin anytime, this is years here. 7 years. 7 years you could have bought Bitcoin and you'd be in profits today. So when we look at a longer term cycle, all of these could beat their all-time high. Now, will all of them? Probably not. But they all could beat their all-time high. You got 130 left on your house and 2 more years in your car payment? Hey, congratulations. You're on your way there. Fallen Wrath, what's up? Nice to see you today. Kyron, the way the world's changing, we might just need to up sticks and move somewhere to find a haven. We might. We might need the motherships to come down and take us to a new planet. It's getting crazy down here. Hey, what's up, Soul Psych? Nice to see you today. Michael says, I'm a multi-millionaire, I suggest you need to pick an exit number. I have an exit number, so I hold for at least a year, and 20x is my minimum exit number. No exiting unless I've made a 20x. If I've made a 20x, then I can consider selling that. And with the way I'm diversified, I'm definitely going to make a 20x on some of these within the next year. Some of these will 20x. And once I've got 20x on them, then that's an exit point. The assumption with a lot of our current systems is that you want to exit to fiat. In the long term, I don't ever want to have my wealth dependent on fiat. US, all these currencies issued by governments are the evil that we see in the world. The governments can just confiscate your money, endlessly inflate the money. I want the entire world in the future to run on things like Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't want the world to even depend. So I'm looking at, for many of these, there's no exit strategy in terms of if it's not 20x, I'll just hold it. And if it is 20x, I gotta buy something that's better than what I already have. If I can buy some more real estate or something, but even real estate ends up tying you down in a certain location. I own a house in the United States of America. If I want to move to another country, I need to probably need to unload my house here, or potentially, and if the US government decides they don't like me, they could take my house and I've got nothing. And especially if I go to another country or something, who knows what could happen to my house here. To me, crypto offers freedom. And it offers financial freedom potentially for the whole planet. With crypto, governments have to come to you and ask nicely. Or they got to bring guns and try and, force you at gunpoint to surrender your assets. With our existing money system, governments can use all these backdoor methods to take money from you, to just take it straight out of your bank account. I've seen many cases of people unfairly having money taken directly out of their bank account and then never getting it back in some cases. And with crypto, the government can't just scrape your bank account. They can't just inflate the asset either. But so yes, you definitely want to be diversified, and you definitely want to have an exit plan, but don't make an exit plan that's too easy, essentially. Yeah, you might leave. Thank you. I would love to know in any of my live streams what other cryptos I should consider adding. And ideally, I want stuff that has better gain potential than Bitcoin and Ethereum and doesn't look like it has that much risk. Yeah, I don't do stop losses. No, I don't do stop losses. These are buys and these are holds. A minimum of a year. And if something goes to zero, I'll just sit on it. And the only way I would get rid of something off of here is, let's say, something gets stolen or something goes absolutely to zero, where there's no potential it can ever go up. The project's dead. The coin's been deleted. In that case, I would then technically sell it just to delete that against any taxable income. However, that I would only need to sell it if I could take a loss on it. And the nice thing with buying $50, if I lose something here and I lose something completely there, sure, subtracting 50 or 100 or a few hundred off my taxes is not going to make a huge difference. So I try and put in the most into the things that I see are least risky. That's true, it's not always talked about. Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about stuff that is not usually talked about, to be as real and authentic and raw as I can, because we need more of that in crypto. We need more people just being truthful. The scams and the things we've seen in crypto are a result of people hiding, people lying, and people cheating. And what's amazing is how well Bitcoin and Ethereum and the rest of the market has performed despite all of the lying and the cheating and the hacking that's went on. It's amazing. That's why I love you each too. All right, anything else? Fallen Wrath says, I'm going to get some Bitcoin and ETH and hold for 20 years. That's my plan. And that's why I'm buying lots of different days. Like, let's say Bitcoin does a 30x in the next bull market. Well, I may sell one day of Bitcoin to pay off some debt. It's like the Ethereum 50x's. I might unload another day to pay off some more debt. But in the long term, the price of Bitcoin could be $1.5 million one day. The price of Ethereum could be hundreds of thousands one day. It may take quite a while, and it might seem unrealistic today when you look at the all-time highs. But come back and check this stream out in 5 years. We'll see where we're at. I looked at some of my videos from 2016. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I said exactly what to do in 2016. I said, buy $50 a day in Bitcoin. I said it in 2016. And if you dollar cost average 50 a day into Bitcoin since 2016, you'd be looking great even with the prices today. AI altcoins, I don't see any AI altcoins that I find exciting right now. And I'm glad this is a whole new direction for most. Most people are trying to teach you how to make quick money. I'm teaching you how to become a millionaire, and I'm on the same journey. I've made all that quick money, and you know what's embarrassing is to make hundreds of grand in crypto and then 2 years later to be sitting in front of a bankruptcy lawyer wondering where it all went. Well, you know, 100 grand of it went to the IRS. You know, some of it went to paying down student loans and, you know, house payment and bills. Some of it went to things like massages and personal training that, you know, if I was on track to be a millionaire, I wouldn't have been spending money on massages and personal training. I'd have found somebody to massage me for free, like my wife or a friend, and I'd have went to yoga classes for a fraction of the cost of personal training, or just went to the gym. When you make quick money, it's very easy to blow quick money too. Whereas when you're aiming to be a millionaire and you make money, you don't want to blow that money. You lost millions and then got a huge tax bill? Hey, yes. Exactly. I lost like 70,000 in 2019 because I was trying harder than ever to make quick money. I've got Gala, I've got Hello. If you want to know, I bought Gala once. It's currently the worst performer in my portfolio. I would consider buying Gala again if it dropped significantly. Or if, I don't know, I might buy some more Gala if it keeps going down some more. I prefer, if I'm going to buy stuff, if I'm going to buy something besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, I want to really see huge multiplier potentials. Like I bought Impulse X the other day because to me, I see huge multiplier potentials. Like this is right, when I bought it, it was a few 100,000 market cap. Now it's up to a couple million. If this goes to where Gala Games is at, you're looking at like is my math right? A 200 or 300x to get where Gala Games is at. From here. That's the kind of multipliers I want to buy into, because here's how the math works. If I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, I've got lots of multiplier potential, but I don't have that much downside. Like you can see, a lot of these other cryptos have dropped, but Bitcoin and Ethereum have not dropped that much in the last 24 hours. Some of these altcoins, like Impulse X, has dumped 20% in the last 24 hours. Now it pumped like 5x in the last few days, to be fair. But a lot of these other alts have dumped more. Basically, if I'm going to buy an alt, the potential multipliers versus the potential total loss needs to work out so that if I'm right, if I occasionally buy something maybe like Impulse X or, you know, Hello or whatever it is, if I occasionally pick something that 1000x's, well, that'll make up for picking 10 or 20 other things that don't perform as well as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Do you think the bottom's in? I don't know. That's why I went through here. That's why I went through here, and one of my top mistakes was timing the market. I don't know if the bottom's in or not. I think there's a good shot we are very close to the bottom. Now, we may go down more, but with dollar cost averaging, I get excited when it goes up, when it's flat, and when it's down. Because when it's down, I get to buy more. When it's flat, I can basically buy the same thing as yesterday at the same price, which is easy. Like, I bought Ethereum 3 days in a row at almost the exact same price. And if it goes up, well, now I make some money. But I don't know. There's so many people putting energy into, is this the bottom? I don't know if it's the bottom or not. I do know that I screwed around a bunch back here. I screwed around a bunch back here trying to figure out the bottom. Is this the bottom? And I thought this was the bottom right here. I was sure this was the bottom because I started buying at like 600 up here. And I thought, okay, 300 is the bottom. And then it went down here, and I was sure that was the bottom. I was correct on that, but I put in too much, and I ended up selling it as soon as it pumped a little bit. And then I thought, well, all right, this is probably the bottom. But then what happened? I thought, well, it pumped up here. Now this is probably the top. Now we're at the top. Because see, the bottom was here. This is probably the top. And if you look at what's happened since then, if I'd have just not paid attention to what was the top and what was the bottom, but if I had just looked at the market and thought, what's a good buy today? And this is what I do. I just go through the crypto rankings. I just look around. I'm like, what's a good buy today? What am I excited about today? You know, basically it's, do I want to just buy Bitcoin or Ethereum today? Or do I see something on the market that would be more, that I think has more risk averaged potential than Bitcoin? So risk average potential means the odds of it going up higher than Bitcoin or Ethereum are more when considering the risk of it going to zero versus Bitcoin or Ethereum. So today I looked around and I'm like, nah, I don't really see anything that's getting me excited today. Lisa, thank you for another super chat. Lisa thinking we should wrap the stream up. I know, I think we've really hit every point on this repeatedly. I thought I'd do a bit longer stream to hang out with you some more. If you got any other questions, I'm happy to answer them. If you miss a live stream and it looks too long, you can always just put me on 2x play speed. And you can watch an hour live stream in 30 minutes that way. That's what I do. Almost everybody I watch on crypto YouTube, I put them on double speed and just rip through their videos. Thank you, Lisa, for another super chat. Lisa has all the super chats on the hour stream today. What do you think, Affinity? I think Affinity's got a lot of potential. That's why I bought it. So I bought Affinity. To me, this looks like it has huge possible multipliers, and it makes up for the potential risk that it has. I'm thinking about buying a little bit more Moonbeam. We'll see. Adapt and Affinity look like a solid project. Mahogany Sins, what do you think of Solana or Polygon? I think they have great potential. I already bought some Polygon for, you know, you can see I've already made like, I bought Polygon for like 70 something cents. I've been thinking about buying Polygon again. I really like, what is that other one? I was thinking about buying VeChain today, but I looked at something, so I'll show you my watch list. I was thinking about buying VeChain today. I was thinking about buying Filecoin today. But there was some stuff that just didn't look good about VeChain and about Filecoin. Filecoin, there's a ton more of the supply that's going to come out, which I don't like. Basically, if I can't just hold it, like Ethereum, if you look at ultrasound money, now anything could happen. Certainly anything could happen. What I like is all the Ethereum supplies out. There's no VCs or early seed investors that their Ethereum's locked up and they can't dump it. Well, technically, there's a lot of people who've staked their Ethereum that can't get it out now. But I actually think, and a lot of people don't seem to be buying Ethereum right now, because I guess people either are afraid that people are going to unstake and sell a bunch of it, or they are waiting to buy and stake until you can actually get it out. So there is Ethereum that is staked right now that people haven't been able to take out. However, there's not a whole bunch more Ethereum that's going to get created that's just going to get dumped on the market. Bitcoin, you know exactly how much is coming in. Some of these other ones like Filecoin are about to just, over the next few years, are going to dilute the market so much that it can really limit the potential gains. VeChain, you guys have been mentioning VeChain so much, but I've taken a look at it several times. I'm just not seeing it yet. I'm like, the market is so crowded. There's so many great projects. There's, to me, very few that are going to make it over the long term. I don't get what's that exciting about this so far. And it has pumped a good bit lately. Are you going to buy till halving? I'm going to buy. I want to have as much of my wealth in crypto as possible instead of US dollars. I have no plans to ever stop buying crypto. when I've got some serious profits and I can use those to pay off debt or to diversify investments, like maybe once the debt's paid off, I might unload a 20x crypto and buy a gold coin with it or something. But I have no plans to stop buying crypto. Like, I want to convert in there. Vet's your biggest position? Sell me on it. What is great about this? I've looked at the page. I've looked at the explorers. I've looked at the stats on it. There's only 2 million addresses on it. Like, there's billions of addresses on, I don't know if it's Ethereum or which one, but there's huge amounts of addresses. I mean, this already is a $2 billion market cap. Like, this is a pretty big, but there's only 2 million addresses for how big this market is. What do you think is so good about VeChain? I want to buy it and promote it because I know when I make a video about VeChain, if I make a video about VeChain, it's got a great chance to do well, but if I don't want to buy it as an investor, I definitely don't want to do a video about it, even if I could get some clicks and some money out of it. So I would like to see the value of VeChain. What's the use case for VeChain? I've been thinking about VeChain. I'm on the fence. I was thinking about doing VeChain today. But I also want to have more general education videos on my channel. And in the short term, some of the general educational videos don't do as well. Like things like I need to go on my lives. So every crypto trade I made, like this is more of a general educational video. Like today, this is more of a general educational video. You know, sometimes these don't do as well as like just pitching a particular crypto. In the short term, at least. However, in the long term, some of these more general videos can do really well. And these can have some of the best information on them as well. Wall Street Games? I haven't seen that one yet. What do you think about Pocket Network? I haven't taken a look at that either. Hey, what's up? J-Deep Scalalena? Love the t-shirts. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. This is my second album I put out. It's called Band World. What's my take on Algorand? I did an Algorand video. It was one of the first videos I did. So if you want to see my Algorand video, look at this one. It's a month ago. I bought 250. Here, look. I'll just cop. Oh, that's not the wrong. It's on the other one. So here's my Algorand video. And I did a video saying why I think that one could do really well. And maybe I need to go back and watch some of my other videos and get re-hyped up on some of the projects. What do you think of Hero? Haven't seen that one yet. I have bought Near already also. I actually have bought Near twice. So if you look at where's my portfolio, I've bought Near twice already. So I like the looks of Near. If you see, how much do we have in Near today? Where's my Near at? All right, Near protocol. I've got my Near address too. It's jerrybanfield.near. I've already got my Near address. So I've bought $100 in Near, and we've basically went nowhere on it so far, but I'm holding Near. I'm holding Sunday Swap. I bought Solana once. I got Immutable X. I got Aptos. I've done videos on almost all these. I bought Hedera twice. Web AI. Oh, somebody asked about AI Pad. I will not be participating in AI Pad. I personally, with my dollar cost averaging and buy and hold strategy, I cannot stand launch pads. Launch pads to me are absolute trash for 95% of crypto investors. Now, if you're a whale and you can get on the biggest tier and you can catch a launch pad at the bottom, like if you want AI pad, I believe there's like a few different ones like Game Zone, Meta VPad. Now, if you're a whale and you could have caught Game Zone right here when it tanked at like 1 cent and bought a whole bunch of it, and then now you're up on Game Zone and you're going to get into AI Pad, the launch pads suck. They just suck. Unless you're a whale with big amounts of money to play with and you can like buy something when it's low, hold it, get in on all the new projects. For the average person should not mess with launch pads. Do not touch launch pads. I'd say 98% of people in crypto should never touch a launch pad. I, of course, did buy into Game Zone. I staked it, and then they didn't launch any new projects. And I unstaked my game zone, sold it. I'm like, this is stupid. Now I might as well have held on. But with my DCAing strategy, you'll see I'm not buying any launch pads. I'm not getting in on that crap. If you're at the lowest tiers on the launch pad, the amount that you get is so tiny, even if you 100x on $10, it won't cover what you had to buy just to get in on that tier. And then you're stuck holding the token for the launch pad itself, and most of their projects are crappy. And a lot of them pump and dump. It's a mess. So don't do launch pads. You lost all your money on Bluezilla launch pads? Yeah, I think launch pads are absolute. In the ideal scenario, they are good to help new projects launch. The way a lot of them are actually being executed, they're absolute trash. They are traps for suckers trying to make quick money. And they give whales who can afford to sink huge amounts good opportunities. You're happy with Trust Swap? That's good. When to buy Oasis? I don't know. That's on my launch pad. I like to think about things a while before I buy them too. Like, I thought about Affinity for a while before I bought it. This is my watch list. These are the ones I'm thinking about. Review Colony from Avax Chain. Thanks for the suggestion. Tim says, my strategy is to invest only in very, very low cap tokens that I like and hope they blow up. That can be a great way to get some huge multipliers. And what is your definition of very, very low cap? Like this Hello, when I bought this has done a 6x already. And if you look when I bought it, it had about a $4 million market cap. So yes, I like hitting things in the hundreds of thousands that don't have a big market cap because you can get huge multipliers. All right, I think we'll wrap up, my friends. Steam flopped, so what makes Hello any better from besides the TV shows? That's the thing. In the long term, I grabbed Hello at a $4 million market cap because at $4 million as a market cap, I saw some of the same things that people are talking about now. And I thought this could 1000x. It could potentially go to a $4 billion market cap one day. And I'm very interested in hitting 1000x's. Like if you look at Hello, I bought 6,000 Hello for $50. If this 1000x's, I'll have $50,000. And I will sell all of it and pay down debt and buy into other cryptos. And that's why I hold for at least a year. Because if something 20x's in 2 months, I might as well hold on to it. Because if it 20x's in 2 months, it might 1000x within a year. Excel says, I love your perspective and will forevermore be a fan. That's why I'm here. For each of you that loves my perspective, my goal is to be a crypto YouTuber you can relate to that is teaching to the masses. Now, there are definitely advanced strategies that you can make huge amounts of money. Joe Paris, Superman Crypto, they've been very helpful for building this new channel up. I've done a bunch of videos with Joe Paris, and he turned 10 grand into $250,000 in like a week. That's an advanced strategy that he could afford to do that because he had much more than 10,000 sitting in the bank. He had very low expenses. He could afford to put 10 grand into something. Now, that's not something the majority of people can do. I'm here to teach to the majority who are living paycheck to paycheck or are in debt or cannot afford to be stressed out and trying to do crypto full time. Now, if you're following like Joe Paris and Superman Crypto and you're putting in a whole bunch of effort into the market, they offer great advanced strategies. And I could offer those strategies, but I've realized I need to be a simple mother. I need to be the guy that's just so stupid simple with my crypto videos that anyone could follow along. Like this is stupid simple. I find a crypto I like every day and buy one. And if you want to simplify my strategy, just buy Bitcoin and Ethereum every day. One of those two every day. Don't even buy any of these other ones. If you want to just copy what I'm doing, then you can do that if you want to. It's a free world. This is what I'm doing. Every day I'm trying to make the best investment I can. I show you exactly what it is every day. Now, somebody bought like $10,000 of Affinity. Somebody else bought like a bunch of Impulse X. Like, if I'm buying $50 on something and you put in 10,000, I guess you're a whale. Now, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. You know, I love both these projects, but I put in 50 because, you know, I'm comfortable losing 50 if I'm wrong about these. I would not have put 10,000 into any of those. I wouldn't, if I had, I'll wrap this up on this note. If I had 10,000, I would, if for some reason I had 10,000, I had to invest today in one crypto, it'd be Ethereum. But I've noticed, this is why I do my DCA strategy. Because what I'd invest 10,000 in tends to change on a day-to-day basis. So you need to be able to control your impulsivity if you're in crypto. And in the past, you know, I put 10 grand into Dash, put 25,000 into Steam, and I missed out on Ethereum. So don't put 10 grand into something. Just put a little bit into it. If I had 10 grand to put in, I'd put 50 a day in for 200 days. That's the ideal way to do it. Now, you could make bigger money by dumping 50 grand into a micro cap or 10 grand and pumping it and then selling it. You could also lose your whole 10 grand. Me putting 50 a day for 200 days, I have very small chance of loss. And one of the big lessons from Millionaires is investing, don't lose money. So thank you very much for being here. We'll wrap up today. Yeah, if you got 11K you want to invest, I'd say buy $50 a day, 200 days in a row. If you want the best chance of actually getting a return. Because if you put 11K into something today, you might roll it into 50K. You might be stressed the entire way there. You might turn your 11K into 5K. You might turn your 11K into nothing. Somebody messaged me that they lost a whole bunch of money on one of these cryptos. And I'm like, that's why you don't put a whole bunch of money into one of these cryptos. I can't lose more than 700 in any one crypto. Have I seen auto crypto? I have not. I'll take a look at that. I really appreciate you each hanging out today. Thank you for being here. This has been fun. I look forward to getting to know you better. If you want to hang out while I'm offline, check the Telegram channel in the description. And if you want to see all my live streams and everything I'm doing, you can hang out on my Twitter. I'm a full-time YouTuber. This is all I do is live stream on YouTube and then support my community. These are my 5 channels. Crypto, my main channel. Gaming, recovery, like recovery from addiction and health and things like that. And then my business channel. So thanks a lot, my friends. Have a wonderful day. I'll be back with another crypto stream tomorrow. And I'll take a look at the projects you mentioned, especially VeChain. I'll watch some more videos about VeChain. Thank you for the 75 likes. Fallen Wrath, Excel, Lisa, Marcus, Talus, Roger, Mason, Thomas, the Investor Squad. See you later.